I will use them up. I'm neither here nor there about them. I could really take or leave them. Hey, I hope you're all well. If you are new around here, hello, it's lovely to meet you, and if you are returning, thank you very fucking much for coming back. My name is Alana, I'm a 37-year-old lady living in Scotland, and that is where my accent is from. And on this channel, we predominantly talk all things beauty, skincare, hair care, lifestyle, travel-y, bloggery, vloggery, bullshit, and everything in between. Kinda just a little bit of everything, if I'm honest with you. But I do like a sweary word on this channel, so if you're not into that kind of thing, I completely understand. Please feel free to vacate. But if it does sound like your cup of tea, then there's a little subscription button in the corner. Give the video a wee thumbs up, and I'm going to beg you like a wee sad YouTuber to do that, because it really helps. All that other YouTuber crap. Anyway, this video is going to be a wee roundup for January. It's probably kind of tail end of December and January, just stuff that I want to talk about. I'm also going to give you a little bit of a check-in with how I'm going with my, I hate saying it, but New Year's resolutions and goals, but I'll just let you know how I'm keeping up with that, because I think what I'm going to do is actual quarterly updates on that in separate videos. But we'll touch on that, and then we'll get into kind of the stuff I've been putting on my face loads, any kind of body, hair care, skincare crap. Grab yourself a wee tea, coffee, whatever the fuck you like, and let's just get into this. So first of all, I feel like I'm giving some mob wife aesthetic today, because I feel like at the moment mob wife is really just maybe 2014 coming back, like that. Lots of makeup, like putting quite a lot of layers on, but done in a better way. Like wearing a full face of slap, but done for the more modern era. I'm sure I've seen Michaela talking about that recently as well. But I actually have like a foundation on today. It's a BB cream, a CC cream, whatever you want to call it. But it feels like a proper like foundation. And actually, when I was looking in the mirror, I was like, damn, my skin looks good. It's because I don't wear it that often, and I feel like I'm giving some mob wife aesthetic. I also used on my eyes some eyeshadows that must be over a decade old. I am rootling around. I'm thinking about doing a video of things that either were really popular and I'm going to dig back into them again, or things that I just still own that are maybe 20-year-old and probably should be in the bin, but we're going to revisit them. Anyway, that's nothing to do with today's video. Goals, aspirations, all that kind of stuff. The update that I wanted to give you is I found a little app that is called Habit Now. It is free, you can pay for a premium and all that kind of shit. I've not been doing that, but I find it quite useful. So I've kind of been documenting every day. I think if you get the premium, you can add however many habits you want. I can only add maybe 6 or something at the moment. I can't remember exactly how much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, so maybe I can only add 7 at the moment. So basically I've put all of the things on there that I want to do. What I quite like about this is you can do like the whole red, amber, green thing. So if you've not done it that day, it goes red. If it's possibly going to get done, or it's a flexible habit, so maybe at the gym you're not going every single day, but you want to go twice a week or you want to go once a week, it's flexible. It'll be amber, and if you've done it that day, it'll be green. Now, initially when I started using it, I was a bit like, I want to see things on a calendar. I want to see things on a calendar layout to see how often have I done this throughout a month, which this has, which I really, really enjoy. So for instance, if we look at, like, let's just say 8k steps a day. Let's look at that on a calendar. Throughout the month of January, on the whole, it's been achieved. There's been a few days, and again, over my birthday weekend, it was not achieved. But on the whole, it's been achieved, right? So I'm pleased with myself for that. You can also, as I say, do like a flexible look at things. So I just wanted to go to the gym at least once a week. And I marked it down for a Thursday and a Friday because that's when Jack's at nursery. It makes more sense to do that day. 1 week, you'll probably see there, I didn't go the week of my birthday. But the following week, I went 2 days. Last week, basically. I went 2 days and made up for it. And you can see that some of them are like shaded out, but they're not orange or green or red or anything like that. And that's because I kind of don't need to do it. I've done it twice that week. I don't need to worry about it. So it's really, really interesting, and I just like it. And it's a good way to kind of almost prompt myself to do things. I already mentioned that I had got a Fitbit. Oh, here's Molly in the background, by the way. Somebody asked me, it was Jillian asked me over on Instagram, like, oh my God, you've got a cat. And I'm like, Jillian, they're always there. They've probably just not had as much limelight since Jack came along. I feel a bit guilty. But yeah, Molly's in the background over here. But I feel like this is it. Sorry, tangent. I feel like this is a really good way to keep yourself accountable. I obviously got a Fitbit back in December. That's a really good way to track steps and stuff like that. And I'm enjoying using this app, and it is helping me keep up with things. With regards to the budgeting situation, I am still using Monzo, and I am still really, really enjoying that as well. It is managing to keep me accountable for things and trends and habits that I have. Throughout this month, if I just show you, I'm not going to get into the details of what's actually, I'll show you what I'm allowed to spend because it's quite funny actually. Throughout this month, you can see I took a big deep dive. That is probably because all of my bills come off the first of the month. And then I was like, oh no, I'm below the line. The target is the green line, yeah? I was like, oh no. But as you can see, towards the end of the month, I've pulled it back. I've really reined it in because I don't want to go plummeting further down than that green line. So I've kept it not too bad. And now I have £1.40 left to spend between the end of the month. £1.40 I've got left to spend. So there will be no spending in the next few days. I was planning on taking Jack to the swimming tomorrow or Wednesday because I decided I would take him swimming once a week. I might have got some pound coins. I've got actual money in my purse. I'll maybe use that instead. I know that seems so silly because it's as if that's not real money. It is real money, but it's not in my account and it's in my purse and it's been sitting there because I got some money from a Christmas card, a birthday card, and it's just been sitting in there. I think I've got maybe £30 in my purse as well. So maybe I'll use that to take him to the swimming because it's only a couple of pounds, but it's going to be more than 140, isn't it? So far, I feel like I'm maintaining. I'm doing quite well. Now let's get into skincare, body care, makeup stuff. Right, first of all, what I'm going to start is this little range here because I got them for Christmas. I have not mentioned on this channel yet. I think I maybe mentioned over on Instagram, but let's talk about it. It's the Vive Bath Leisure range here. I got this set. Alan bought me it for Christmas. I did put it on a wee list of things that I would quite like to get my hands on that probably were a little too expensive for me to justify going and buying out willy-nilly. So he bought me that. And I have to say, I am probably feeling the same as I do about other luxury bath items. I feel as if the Bath and Body Soak is lovely. The fragrance of the whole range is very, very nice. It is neroli, amber and santal. And I have to say it's lovely. It's very, very delicious. The bath soak I have only used twice because it's practically still full. I don't get a chance to take a bath that often. And sometimes it's just through my own kind of laziness. I could take a bath in that hour, but I choose to do something else. And that's why on my habit tracker, I've got take time to actually do things that I like. So I'm going to get more use out of this. Maybe I'll put down that I need to change that to have a bath once a week or something instead. But I will get to using this. I think it is lovely. I think it's really, really nice. Gets lots of lovely bubbles, soap suds. They stay as well. Because sometimes I feel like you buy bubble bath or bath soak or whatever. Bath soak I always found was more like a creamy thing. Bubble bath gives you bubbles. This does a little bit of both and the bubbles last, which is quite nice. And it says Bath and Body Soak, but I think you can use this in the shower as well. I think. Maybe not for definite, but I don't see why you couldn't. It's quite highly fragranced. Don't use it on your hoof. Don't use it in any of the areas, just in case. But the Bath, Body and Massage Oil, this is this one here, I have been working my way through, not too bad this month. I think this is really, really nice as well. I have been using it coming out the shower when your skin's still that damp, almost wet way, and I feel that it's quite nice. I don't feel it as effective as the likes of CeraVe or even the Superdrug one that I've been using for hydration. Me being dry skinned, I need a body cream, something a bit thicker, heavier, body butter. But it is a lovely thing to put on because the fragrance sits on the skin and lasts. Even when I put on my house coat the other day, dressing gown if you're fancy. When I put my house coat on the other day, I had obviously put this on the day before, and when I put it on, I was like, oh, I can smell this on my house coat now, which is really, really nice. And I do enjoy it. I think it's nice, but again, a bit of a luxe product. The bath salts, I could give or take. I've used them once. They came as part of the set. I will use them up. I'm neither here nor there about them. I could really take or leave them. But on the whole, what I will say about the range, as I said, about other kind of more luxury bath products, is this is not something that's going on the shopping list. Once I run out of this, I'm going to buy another one. Once I run out of this, I'm going to buy another one. It just isn't. And I think majority of people probably feel that way. It's really nice to have. Even like once I run out of this, am I going to like rush to put this on another Christmas list? No, probably not. I know people will be like, Christmas is fucking miles away, what are you on about? But my Christmas coincides with my birthday straight afterwards. So I can't say later on in the year, I would like this as a present. So that's why I'm saying Christmas. But I don't think I will rush to be like, oh, that is a must have. I prefer the Le Labo shower gel that I picked up. And I think actually, when I was talking about that in the empties recently, I was saying to you, it's about 20 quid for this. I actually double checked while I was putting the wee list of stuff for that video. It's £28 for that Le Labo shower gel. So again, not something I'm adding to the weekly shop. Neither is this. It's not something I'm burning through. It's something that's sitting and it's nice and it's when I feel like a treat. I won't rush to buy it again, but the products are nice. But it is definitely a treat product. It's a treat yourself moment, just so you know. And these, I would give or take. Doesn't really bother me. Another shower item is this from Rituals. I think I spoke about this back in a Christmas vlog when I went out to buy Christmas presents for people, and Rituals were like, oh, you've got points or something, like you get this for free with your partner. And I was like, oh, thanks. This is the Ritual of Ying, and this is the Sleep one, because the Ritual of Ying is a dark green colour. This is the slightly lighter one because it's the Sleep one. I have the oil of this as well, which is a really heady kind of lavender fragrance. This one is sacred wood and lavender, but it is not as strong as the oil. This is a little bit more subtle. It's very nice. It's one of the foaming, I don't even know if you can see, there's some bubbles on it there because I've just lifted it out of the shower. This is a really nice one of those like foam burst gel type things. These are a little bit more reasonable in regards to the Vive stuff for luxury shower gel or the Le Labo, but it is still pricey. You can get them on deals. Sometimes they'll like do 2 for so much, like 2 for 15 and things like that. But they are still pricey for a shower gel. You know, I'm not, again, it's not adding to the weekly shop. It's not going to be the one I run back to every time I run out of this. But they are nice. And I have spoken about them before, and I do think these are nice little shower bursts. Do you know what I will say though? And it was actually Alan that pointed it out to me, is these get used up so quickly. He did not use mine. I had picked one up, I don't know how long ago now, a good few months ago, and I got given, again, same situation, like, oh, you can pick this for free with your purchase today. And I picked up one of the ones for Pour Homme fragrance, like a male fragrance. And I gave it to him when we were going away somewhere, and he was like, oh, great, I'll use it up when we go away. And he was like, I literally got like maybe 1.5 showers out of that. Like, it pretty much got used up. It wasn't this size, it was like obviously a smaller size. But when he said that to me, I was like, he's right. Like, this gets used up really, really quickly. I know I've bought it in December, so now I'm talking to you at the end of January. It seems ages. But I really didn't open it that long ago. And when I had the Ritual of Sakura, it's the same thing. Like, I do think this doesn't last as long as a traditional shower gel. You obviously just must squeeze out more because it's that foam bursty thing. There's probably pressurized as well because it's in an aerosol. So just be aware of that. It's a 200ml bottle, but you don't get as much bang for your buck. Again, I'm going to pull this out. The one from Collab was in my most recent empties video, so if you want a more in-depth explanation of this product, I don't want to bore anybody who's just watched that video, you know. But this is the Collab Dry Shampoo Extreme Volume. It is a gritty one. If you're not into that kind of thing, you might not like this. I particularly really do like this because it's like a texturizing come dry shampoo. I really, really enjoy it. I am so glad I found it because I was hunting for one like this for ages since they discontinued the Aussie one. But I really, really like it. The other product that I think I mentioned the last time I was talking about this is the I Want Body Texture Spray from 11 Australia. As you can see, I've made my way down it now. This was given to me by my hairdresser. They sell it in salons, but you can buy it on like Amazon and stuff now as well. You can go and follow them over on Instagram if you want to. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. It's just initially I think they were like a salon brand. And I know that on Instagram they've got like 11 Scotland. They came here to be like, you know, oh, we're in salons, but now they have them on Amazon as well, which was one of the reasons why my hairdresser was like, what's the point in me selling it if people can go and buy it on Amazon for cheaper? But I'm here to tell you can buy it cheaper, so here you go. And I really, really like it. And with the way my hair sits now, it's a little bit more texturized. There's a little bit more body to it and stuff going on. And with the fringe, I really, really enjoy this product. I think it is really, really nice. Use it very sparingly. I think I have said that before as well. I'm kind of moving on from there to skincare. I don't have loads and loads of skincare to tell you about because I just use the same stuff and have done only for the better part of a year now. Sometimes it changes up, but most of the time it's the same. If you want an updated skincare routine, tell me. But I don't think it'll be that different. Anyway, so here I just want to talk about the Boom Boom Milk. This is from Violet FR. It's a 3-in-1 cream spray. I want to say it's like a priming milk, but it also comes over their kind of skincare range. It's like an all-over cream spray, hydrating spray. I was a bit like, meh, it's not got the best sprayer in the world. I'm not going to lie about that. It's pretty strong. It's pretty in-your-face bukkake. But I feel like as if what I've been doing is spraying it onto my palm and then like pressing it together and then putting it on, and to refresh the skin. Even the other night I had been out all day and then decided to do a bit of makeup in the evening, refreshed my skin with that and then put stuff on top, and I think it worked quite well. Again, not one that I'm gonna like rush out to buy, but I feel like maybe I was just not using it the appropriate way initially. I was using it a bit of a pre-makeup primer, before makeup, like maybe you've got your skincare on but you haven't had anything on for the rest of the day, and then prepping, spraying it straight on my face, and I just was a bit like, meh. But I started to use it in the palm of my hand, press it on the face, and it is quite nice, but I'm not going to run to repurchase it. But I just wanted to give it a little noteworthy point because it's not terrible. I never ever said it was terrible, but it is actually better than I initially thought. And then this here from Vichy, I've kept the bottle because I know I had asked for a new hydrating serum for Christmas. My mum ended up buying me two. She bought me this one from Vichy and she bought me the Super Bounce from Glossier, which I've used before and I know I love. So I started to use this first because I wanted to see what it was all about. I have heard other people speaking about this before. I think it was sent to them, things like that. So I just thought, let's see what the hype is. This is not a cheap product by any means. This is in the like specialist skincare part of Boots, right? It's like fancy stuff. Vichy are a relatively expensive brand as far as drugstore goes, but they are pretty like, I want to say scientific based products, but you get my point. Like, they're not just like out there with the gimmicks. I don't think you see loads of people bumming up Vichy. There's not loads of PR. There's not loads of people like shouting about it from the rooftops. So I feel like that in itself gives me a little bit of kind of reassurance. And this is the Fortifying and Plumping Daily Booster. It says that it's got 89% volcanic water, rich in 15 minerals and hyaluronic acid, strengthens skin barrier, hydrates and replumps. It says the skin barrier is the first line of defense that protects you against daily external aggressors like pollution, wind and temperature variations. Okay. Weakened skin loses water and minerals. Skin becomes dehydrated and dull. I do have dry skin. I don't drink enough water, not gonna lie. Been trying it in my habit, but I don't. And I feel like in the winter months, I need all the help I can get. That's why I wanted to try this. And I have to say, so far, I'm really fucking enjoying it. I can't remember in relation to the Glossier, which is less or more expensive. I feel like this might be more expensive. This is the 50ml bottle. You can get it in 50, you can get it in 75s, I think. And I think I seen it on the shelf in Boots the other day for $34.99. So it ain't cheap, but it is nice. It is nice and it's accessible, which is nice too. And easier to get because, as you know, the Isntree hyaluronic acid serum, like the watery hyaluronic acid serum, is a favourite, but not always that accessible. So I feel like this is a really, really good interim if I can't get my hands on that, and I would repurchase this again. Again, I'm not undermining the fact that it's 35 quid. I'm not stupid, but it is nice and I am enjoying it for someone who has kind of more dry or dehydrated skin. And I think that's it for like skincare, stuff like that. I'm going to very quickly tell you about some makeup bits. I haven't been doing a hell of a lot this month, even with going away to Amsterdam. I feel like I have either launched myself into grungy looks because it's back and I fucking love it, or I've done really, really simple looks like today. Just really basic. I'm saying basic. I've got fucking what I would class as a foundation on today, but I'm enjoying it. Not an awful lot going on. Maybe a bit of mascara and a balm. Nothing else. But in saying that, there is products that I want to tell you about this month. Definitely. So let's start off with blushes, because I feel like no matter what kind of a day I'm having, if it's like a kind of no makeup day, blah, 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 or a full face day, I'm going to be wearing a blush. It's an absolute favourite of mine. So blushers, I have either had two go-tos. There's not been any in between. It's either been peach or plum. Peach or plum, that's it. If I'm going for the plum, I am using the Violet FR in Aisa. This is it here. It's a matte blush, but I would dispute that. I think it's more of a satin. I love it. It's such a beautiful berry toned, just, oh, plum colour. It's so easy to use. I find it is relatively, sheer's not the right word, it's just not too like in your face, like it's not a scary blush. I quite like high impact colour blush, and I do feel like I need to build this a little bit, but that's probably a good thing for anybody who's like, whoa, I don't want to use one that's going to be too dark too quickly, like some of the rare blushes and stuff like that. This is a really nice, easy, safe blush to get into if you're not sure about cream or stick blushes. Very, very nice. And then if I might wear that on its own, but if I'm feeling like it's a little bit more of a day, then I have been topping it with Malbec from Vive, because again, it's berry tone beautifulness. It's so, so nice. I have to say I do wear this a little further back on the face because it is so deep and dark on me. If it's like right on the face, it's a little bit much, even with a light hand. But I use a light hand and then almost use it to be like a little bit of, what did we do? Here's ombre blush. Remember when we were doing ombre blush? So like a little bit darker back here, and then the stick might just be the hint of colour as we're coming forward. It's lovely. It's really, really nice. So I've been doing plum, or I've been doing peach, and if I've been doing peach, I have been doing the look that I done in my, what do you call it, aspirations, inspirations type video. You can go and check that out up here. Then I've been using this from Melt, and it is their cream blush light in the shade Sandy Cheeks. Now when I ordered this, I thought, like on the website, it just looked like it would be a real orangey blush, and it's called Sandy Cheeks. I thought it was going to be like a beachy, orangey vibe. It's actually much closer to a peach, and it is so, so complimentary. You look at it in the pan and you think, oh, that's a little insipid, but actually once it's on your face, it's got a nice pop to it, but it sheers out beautifully. I feel like it does have a little bit of a highlight to it, but to look at it in the pan, I don't look at it and think, oh yeah, that's got shimmers or glitters or iridescent. It doesn't look like it, but whatever the formula is leaves a nice little sheen on the cheek. And along with that, if I feel like a little bit more that day, I have been going in with Pesca from Vive, because the two, again, it's just a match made in heaven, the same way the Aisa pairs with the Malbec so beautifully. So that has been my go-to for cheeks, nothing else. I haven't even been using bronzer that much this month because I've been into blush so much, so yeah. And highlight, I have still been using my Merit Dago Balm loads, but I have also been reaching for this a little bit more, which is the Balm Shine Universal Highlighter from Violet FR. Again, this one, I'm not going to like shout from the rooftops and be like, you need this in your life. It's nice. I feel like it's expensive for the amount you get. I'm going to say that as well. This is a, oh God almighty. See, the other day I had to get my phone out and take a picture of the bottom of a product to see what the lifespan was of it, because I cannot see. I need to go get my eyes tested. This is a 4.5 gram stick. I don't know what my Merit one is, and I'm too lazy to go and pick it up. But it's for the amount of product you're getting. It's more closer to a lipstick size, and I feel like it's quite expensive for what you're getting. However, I do like the finish of it. I would say that this is a little bit more gleamy, a little bit more not as iridescent as the Merit one. I still prefer the Merit one. That's what I'm trying to say. Long way round about it. I prefer the Merit one, but this is nice too. And maybe if you are a bit like, oh, the Merit one's a little too, like it's got little glitters in it, or doesn't have glitters in it. Well, Anna, what are you talking about? It's got like iridescence to it. Maybe if you feel like that's too much and you prefer something closer to that of a Danessa Myricks Dew Wet Balm, like just a clear bit of dew on the cheeks, this might be closer to that. I don't know. I'm not going to rush to buy it again. I think it's nice, but I prefer the Merit one. Now, just a little honourable mention for Glossier Wowder, because as I've said before, I can't remember, was it my yearly roundup? I was telling you, I've had this, and you can see it's just over half full, so there's still loads to use in it. I don't use powder that often. This month though, I have been going daft for powder, and I never ever in my whole fucking life have been that bothered about powder. I think it's because that grungy vibe is back, that I want things to look a little flatter in areas. I know by the time spring, summer comes back, I'm going to be a sweaty bitch. I know that. Like, I'm going to be a glossy, dewy, sweaty bitch. I know myself. But at this time, in the middle of winter, when things are a bit grey, a bit dull, blah, 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 I want my skin to have a sheen here. Give a little life, you know what I mean? But everybody else, I've been wanting some flat and matteness. Not matte, satin. Let's give you satin. And I've been using this, and I'm like, do you know what? If it keeps going the way it is, this is going to be completed by the time, because I've had this for over a year. I'm sure about it. It's a 12-month lifespan. I'm sure I've had this for, if I've not, I've had it for 10 months, right? But I definitely am like, I've took that long to get through it in that amount of time, and there's a fair chance if I keep going about it the way I am now, it'll be finished by the end of March, because I have been loving a little bit of powder. So incredibly abnormal for me, but it is what it is. Anyway, let's move on to eyes. First off, let's talk about this again from Violet FR. I am not fucking sponsored by them, by the way. They did, oh, I meant to say, they did send me this blush. That was the initial product that I tried from them. I liked it so much I purchased the rest myself. Just so it's up there for disclosure reasons. But I'm not affiliated with them or anything. I don't have a code or anything like that. I wish I did for you, because they are expensive. But this is the U paint, which is the eye paint in Scarab D'Or. I do have a video up using this. I am going to tell you right now, no matter what lighting you're in, no matter what camera you have, this does not get any justice as to how beautiful it is in real life. It's so, so gorgeous. I have used this month to do like grungy looks under the eye, little sweeps of something like a little flick across the top of the eye, all over the eye for like kind of one and done looks, grungy looks, even more sophisticated goldy looks. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. And it's a lovely kind of, it's old gold, but it's greeny gold. It's not like a yellow gold colour. It's a grungy, greeny, could go with khaki gold colour. It's beautiful. Again, I am going to mention the Merit Solo Shadow in Mid-Century, because it is a go-to and I use it pretty much on the daily if I'm wearing makeup, I should say that. And I'm also going to mention the Moondust Shadow from Urban Decay, again in Space Cowboy. This was sent to me, but I did already own it. I had it in the older packaging from many, many moons ago. Again, see, that's one that has to be over 10 years old, right? Has to be. So keeping that in the back of my mind somewhere. Finding the time to actually get the ideas out of my brain to put into practice, but hey ho. And this is the shade Space Cowboy. Again, it's kind of one and done shadow. It's a really easy go-to if you are in a hurry. I obviously have a toddler, and sometimes you just need one and done and out the door. Sometimes you don't need any makeup, and other days you're like, I want to have something on. That's a really good one for that. And then I am going to talk about this. It is the Gothic palette from Cosmic Brushes. I picked this up on a bit of a whim because it's called the Gothic palette for a start, and I'm a wee goth at heart. And I love the Cosmic Brushes shadow formula. Their shimmers, their highlights, their multi-chromes, their satins, their mattes are gorgeous, right? I have the Muse palette from them. It is glorious and so versatile. So I wanted to have another taster of them, so I bought a slightly smaller palette from them. And I looked at this online and I was like, Alana, you're kidding yourself on here. Purples and pink, like, you're not wearing this. Where are you wearing this, hen? Like, who are you kidding on? But throughout the month of January, I've had this on my eyeballs so much. I've had it on like wearing like this shade here, which looks kind of rose gold straight on, but if you turn it to the side, it's like got this gorgeous green. See when I'm looking at it like this? It's like a green from the side. Obscure looks kind of pink from the side, but straight on it's kind of blue. This one here, Pale Moon, is almost like lavendery with a shift as well. And you know, I just was like, who are you kidding? Who are you wearing this? But I have worn this loads over the last, if not month, 2 weeks for definite. I had it on with like just this beautiful, I think this nocturnal colour, which is like a kind of purpley plum colour, but with a hint of gold. And I'd done a black liner kind of smudged out with an eye pencil and then put this over the top, so it was like this plummy colour, and then took the blue shade on the inner corner. It just looked phenomenal. I've done like just basic eye colours as well. I've done goldy, as I say, all over the lid stuff. I love it. I love it, and I'm impressed, and I'm shocked that I've been wearing that much purple this early on in the year. I love this company. I think they are a fantastic little company. I have a feeling they might be doing some more grungy stuff later on in the year. I am going to keep my eye out for it, and I definitely would like to repurchase more from them. At the moment, looking at the range they have, there's nothing else that I really want. Like, the palettes are beautiful, but I would be buying them for the sake of buying them. And again, I don't advocate that, But if they bring something else out that I just think either that speaks to my soul or those colours are a bit of me, then I will definitely pick something up from them. And speaking of winged out black liner, grungy liners, all that kind of stuff, this is from Avon. It's the Avon True Colour Glimmer Stick in Blackest Black. It's one of these little retractable eye pencils. I'm sure you'll see it here, like one of these types. This was sent to me. This was sent to me last year as part of like a bundle of stuff from Avon. I can't remember if I made a video about it. It might have been in a kind of Watch New Wednesday or something. And I just was like, okay, fine. It's a black liner from Avon. I reached for this at the start of the year because I kind of got into that, oh, grunge is coming back, I want to do something. And I thought, what other black liners have I got? Because I've got one from NYX, I've got one from Glossy, I've got like basic black eyeliners, pencil ones that you sharpen. And I was like, I wonder what else I've got. And I've seen this and I was like, let me try this. Let me give this a go. This is fucking lovely. This is so nice. Like, I didn't like say it was bad. I'm not saying that. I just didn't give it enough credit and enough time. I'm not going to lie. It's gorgeous. It's one of the softest black liners I've used in a long time. And it's obviously from Avon, so it's a more affordable range. Really, really impressed with this. And as far as I'm aware, Avon is now available in Superdrug. Like, in stands in Superdrug. I don't know if they're trying to get away from that, like, hi, Avon calling type thing. They are physically in stores in Superdrug in the UK, which kind of excites me. I know Avon's like, I think it's got a bit of a, oh, what's the word? A stigma to it. And people get a bit like, But sometimes things from Avon are actually really good. They sent me some lipsticks at the same time as this that I thought were really impressive. I will keep my eye out for them. I'm going to have a look again, see what's going on. But this black liner, if you want a soft liner to smoke out, stunning. Brows, I've been reaching for this loads. This is the NYX The Brow Glue. Again, this isn't a new product. I think I probably bought it coming up on a year now. It says it's an 8-month lifespan. 8 or 6. Jesus Christ, Alana. 6. It's working great. Don't worry, my eyebrows haven't fell out, it'll be fine. But I had like got rid of, because I'd done a declutter at the start of the year, got rid of some stuff that I didn't need, etc. And I have another one from Makeup Academy in my drawer, but I think like I'd used up my Merit one, I'd used up, what was the other kind of more fancy one that I had? I had a couple of like more high-end ones that I'd all used up, and so basically I was kind of like, what am I going to use now? So I pulled this back out again and started using it, and it's absolutely fine. And it's really nice. I like it. I think it's really good. So yeah, I've been using that throughout the month. 2 mascaras that I'm going to talk about. The Gen C Spectator Sport. This is not new. I have spoken about this before and how much I think it is a lovely, lovely, lovely mascara. This is the black one. They do send me PR. This one, I can't remember exactly. I'm not going to lie to you. I have purchased this mascara in my own time. They have also sent it to me in PR, but they also sent me the brown version of this in PR, and this is the black one. So I feel like this might be one I purchased myself, but I'm not going to lie to you about it. I have been sent it before. And I really, really like this mascara. I feel like the reason I love this is because it gives fullness and volume. It's kind of borderline clumpy mascara, but I hate clumpy mascaras. But it just works beautifully to give you that kind of smoky lash, and that's why I really like it. And I've been using it loads in conjunction with doing more grungy looks because I think it works fabulous. And then this one here is the Maybelline Sky High, which is my favourite drugstore mascara. I think it is absolutely stunning, but this is the burgundy version. And again, because I've been wearing the purples, it's just been like a match made in heaven, and I really, really like this. I love this mascara anyway. It's actually making me think I'm going to go back and pick up the Cosmic Black colour because it's just such a gorgeous mascara. But I am trying to get through and use up, that's why I kind of pulled this one out, mascaras that are coming to the end of their life, or, you know, I don't want to waste them. So that's why I was doing that. But I did want to try this one in the coloured mascara, and I think it's gorgeous. It's so, so nice. On my lashes, I'm not going to lie, it's not like pop of purple. I think if you've got really fair lashes, then there might be that effect. On my lashes, I have very dark lashes. It isn't that, but it is a softer, subtle hint of some colour there, and I do see it. There's other ones that I've used over the time and I'm just like, nothing there. This does have a subtle hint, but it certainly isn't going to be like purple lashes. It's not going to give you that. And then let's talk about lips. Okay, so again, because I've been doing the kind of more grungy, plummy, dark lips, there's been kind of go-tos. And I really love a matte lip when I'm doing something like that. But with me, I'm 37 years old, I have drier lips, I have drier skin, I don't drink enough water, we've already been through this. You know, sometimes mama wants a little bit of something hydrating on her lips. So if I'm feeling like a matte kind of sheer wash of colour, I have been using the Bijou Balm in Batiste. Batiste? Oh, I can never remember. Batiste, that's the one. I'm just calling it fucking dry shampoo. It is a beautiful, beautiful shade. It is a really easy wash of colour in the lips, but also still remains matte, which I really like. I'm just going to show you how much I've used since I bought it. So there's a decent dent in that, given that I've only had it for maybe coming up on 6 to 8 weeks, I want to say. It's in my handbag quite a lot. I do throw it in there and I like easy breezy. Easy breezy. CoverGirl, isn't it? Remember that? I wonder if do they still do that in America? We don't really have CoverGirl here in the UK, but I remember it from like programs like America's Next Top Model. Easy breezy, CoverGirl. Remember that? Anyway, so if I want a really, really dark grungy lip, then I have been reaching for Bite from Vive. It is a limited edition colour. You can't get it. I'm sorry. I don't even know why I'm wasting my time telling you about it. But it's really nice. It is a satin, I would say. Claims to be a matte lipstick. These are satin lipsticks. They're not quite as uncomfortable as matte lipsticks. And it's a gorgeous, gorgeous kind of grungy 90s colour. I love it. But if I need something that's not quite as impact as a big dark brown lip, but also a little more comfortable, I mean, these two next to each other probably don't look that different. But because of the texture of them, can you see them there? The texture of them means that the colour comes off completely different. The two of them look really, really dark. If anything, the one from Merit maybe looks darker, but because of the texture of the Merit one, it does not come off as deep and as dark as the Vive one. There they are next to each other. So this one is the Vive one, this one is the Merit one. You can build this up to get it a little vampy, but it remains like a kind of sheeny texture, a comfortable texture. It is not by any way, shape or form a matte. And you can obviously sheet it out as well to make it just like a hint of colour, but you can also build it up as well. I love these. I'm definitely going to buy another one of these this year. I know I am. I don't need it right now, but I am going to buy another one of them. And on the other days when I've not been doing that kind of berry darker lip, I have been reaching for this quite a lot. This is the Melt Perfectionist Lip Pencil in the shade Cinnamon. Initially, I thought this looked like quite a cool toned brown, like it was going to have a hint of greyish to it. I'm just drawing it on the hand here. That is it there. But actually, it's perfect warm tone for me. It's perfect kind of brown colour. It's got a hint of oranginess to it that just pulls quite well on my lips without me looking dead, because sometimes browns can pull a little greyish and it doesn't suit me at all. This is perfect. This is a really, really nice shade. It's quite similar to Rimmel Spice, so if you want a kind of cheaper alternative option or you're not ordering anything from Melt, Rimmel Spice will do that for you. But it is a really, really nice, soft, creamy pencil as well. And I have some days been topping it with this old favourite here from MAC. This is MAC's Powder Kiss, and this is in Devoted to Chili. You can see I've used loads and loads of it. It's a favourite. It's an absolute favourite. It is a powder kiss, right? So that means that it's a matte, but it's not as matte as their matte ones. But it also does have a bit more of a drying effect to it. That's it there. It's one of my favourite colours. I would buy it over and over again. I think this is the second one I've bought in my life. And I love it. It's such a nice lip colour, but it is a little drying. So sometimes what I find is if I've maybe put this on during the day or I've got the lip pencil on, I will go in with the Dior Lip Glow, and this is in Coral. Now this looks like it's quite like, you know, ooh, orange, like coral. But as you can see here, I'm just swatching it. It's just a hint. Can you see it there on my hand? This little kind of stripe here. It's just a hint of orange. Now it is brighter. It's not like a deep kind of, you know, autumnal orange, but over the top of things like that. It just keeps things comfortable and it still has the same kind of undertones, and I've been wearing that pretty consistently as well. Also, having a toddler, a 2-year-old, and you're going to kiss them all the time and stuff like you, heavier lipsticks sometimes they just wear off and you're not reapplying them, not gonna lie. But this is useful to have to keep things more comfortable. And that is my roundup for January. Let me know what you think. Have you tried any of these products? Have you thought about trying this? What's your views? What's your thoughts? Have you tried it already? What do you think? And let me know about any other products that I've tried, or if there's anything here that you think I should suggest to review in comparison. anything like that at all, then you let me know and drop it down in a comment down below. And I will speak to you all again soon in the next one. Bye.